You ever notice how every time something massive happens in America, something rattles the system, and within 24 hours, the truth gets locked in the vault, and we're handed a story so clean it squeaks? Well, buckle up, because the Charlie Kirk hit is starting to look like one of those stories. And no, I'm not here to rehash the obvious. I'm not going over all the other stuff that I've already talked about. You can go see it. Go watch it. We all saw it. 3,000 people in broad daylight, cameras everywhere. And somehow all we get is this blurry photo and a perfectly this Bigfoot ass photo right here, and a perfectly gift wrapped suspect. That is what we got, right? So welcome to a modern American transparency. Now, the first thing I want you to notice is timing. September 10th, while America was watching the scene unfold, Catherine Austin Fitz dropped this quiet bombshell. Check her out. Listen to what she says.
September 10th.
In regard to Charlie Kirk?
So you had the Charlie Kirk assassination event, okay? What else happened on September 10th afterwards?
What happened?
The Senate voted to not release the Epstein files. Okay. What a coincidence.
Right.
Right.
I don't believe in coincidences, right? Epstein files officially closed. Same day. You see it yet? Distraction, saturation, flood the feed with chaos so the real headlines disappear. And the same people, all the influencers, all the same ones who refused to question the Epstein cover-up when Trump and Castro told them not to, are the exact same people now saying, hey man, don't question the Charlie Kirk death. It's all settled science. That's not coincidence, that's choreography. The other thing I have odd to, and I'm going to do a video tomorrow because I wanted to include this here, man, but there's so much involved in this. And I didn't want it to overtake what I'm showing you today. Okay. So there's going to be more information I got tomorrow, unless something else catastrophic in the world happens. But people close to him not questioning the narrative. The wife not questioning the narrative. And seemingly the happiest I've ever seen a widow in my life. And I know, man. Everybody agrees differently. I get it. Some people are very excited and happy after the fact. I get it. But I'm going to get to that tomorrow and a few other things. Now, let's talk about the official narrative everyone's supposed to swallow. The authorities say one shooter on a rooftop, perfect shot, end of story. Except I've seen more consistent scripts coming out of Hollywood and B movies. Because in this one, man, we got now another weapon discovered right after the hit. Okay. We have undercover officers already in the audience before the shot. The guy named George Zinn that he keeps coming into picture saying he shot him and now shoot me like he's auditioning for some kind of freaking psyop theater. And the suspect, Tyler Robinson, apparently changing outfits more times than a TikTok influencers before noon. Now you tell me how that sounds airtight. And here's where it gets weirder. This is where it gets weirder. The morning of the hit, 8:07 a.m. Okay, so they say. Let me get the photo. This photo here. This another blurry Bigfoot photo. Tyler Robinson's caught on camera in a burgundy shirt, shorts, a blue backpack, and a hat with a logo. Hours later, he pops up on a roof in black tactical gear or black clothing, the clothing he was wearing, the Black Eagle shirt and things like that. Some people said tactical gear, a long rifle that somehow he had. All right, maybe he changed clothes, fine. But after the hit, someone wearing the same morning outfit, burgundy shirt, blue back, exact match is filmed. Then later on, running through the crowd. Tell me this ain't the same dude. In the same outfit, the same damn hat. Okay, different shoes, we think. Let's see. Can't really tell. Can't really tell the shoes, to be honest. So who is this? So either this is Tyler, and he is a literal magician who mastered teleportation, or the footage doesn't add up. You can't be two places at once unless one of those places is fabricated. Okay. I don't get it. But this is the photo of him leaving the building. Okay. He's got this shirt on all the time. This is him at 11:49, 8:07, and this picture of the guy running is 12:23. Okay. Blue backpack that morning, black backpack later. I mean, really, we're just changing like crazy. Okay. Different locations, same guy. Okay. But don't worry, man. The FBI cleared all that up. They cleared it all up. They quote that he changed clothes multiple times. Once before the roof, once after he jumped down, right? Because that's totally normal behavior for an assassin in a college crowd of 3,000 people. Excuse me, folks. I'm just going to swap my shirt and reholster my rifle real quick. Really, who writes this shit? Listen, here's the FBI talking about it right here.
Yes. So when he's first spotted on campus, he has different clothing on, and then he changes clothing on the roof, and then changed back into that clothing at some point, so that when he was apprehended, when he was arrested, the clothing matched the clothing he had on before the shooting here at UVU.
Oh, well, yeah, I feel better now. I feel better now, man. He had time to take the shot, change outfits, do costume changes. He had time to break down the rifle, reassemble it, left a screwdriver up on the roof. Yeah, makes sense. Now, about the rooftop, the rooftop he was supposedly on, you've seen the footage. There's no secret access, apparently, no covert crawl spaces or anything. You walk actually right on from a platform in plain view of everybody. This wasn't Jason Bourne rappelling through ductwork. This was a guy supposedly lugging a rifle through a crowd of 3,000 people in broad daylight. Nobody sees it. And honestly, we can't even get a good cell phone photo. We can't even get a good cell phone photo. Okay. It's 2025. Everybody has freaking 4K on their phone. And the only footage we get is this nonsense here. I mean, really. So News Nation talked about this. This guy accessed the roof. Dude, it's right in broad daylight. There's no way you're taking a long rifle on a college. It's not fitting in the backpack. I'm sorry. The rifle, even if you could break it down in the manner they say, is not fitting in the backpack. And this is not the rifle, by the way. I've already cleared this up. This is not the rifle. This is an old photo they just used online. We have never seen the real rifle. Okay, they never released the footage, and they don't plan to release the footage or photos of the rifle or the towel or any of that stuff. Okay, they've already put a bow on this thing. This man is going to get the death penalty.
News Nation's Brian Nenton was recently up on that rooftop. He says it was surprisingly easy to get up there. Brian, tell us what you found. I mean, I think most of us thought with an event like that involved a person who commonly got death threats, that there would be some sort of security. There wasn't, aside from his own personal detail. And you found it super easy to get up. So
that's not absolutely accurate. There was security. They were outsourced security, like these I guess these cops that were not in uniform, these detectives or whatever, whoever they work for. But this footage you're showing, you almost don't need to have anybody on the rooftop because you can freaking see there. Watch.
Up there.
Where he was talking down there in the amphitheater. But this roof, we know that Tyler Robinson, according to police, shot from 150 yards away. And what I found so shocking when we were able to get up on the roof is just how easy it was. You know, it was all closed off for so long. Now we were able to get close to the spot where police say Tyler Robinson was. And it's not like you had to climb up any ladders. I mean, it's easy roof access at that point, and it is shocking that they didn't have some kind of security up there to make sure this didn't happen, considering just how easy it was and that direct line of sight. Look at this, Elizabeth, from when I was up on the roof. So this is my first time actually seeing the roof for Tyler Robinson, according.
So just so you can see here, this fence that's here was not there. That's after the hit job. There's some caveats that I could really go deep into this stuff. I'm going to save it for another video. But you hop over this rail here, the one past it. There's a police security camera there, system there. But beyond that, you just hop on and you're on the roof. And when he looks back, you're going to see there's all these people here that's going to be in the crowd. Essentially, that's in sight. They would see Tyler Robinson if he was lugging a freaking Mauser around.
The police was able to get the shot off. This is it was all closed off, obviously, when I was here last. They've got this fence up now, but you can still get pretty close. And so it appears he went beyond this fence, which wasn't here. And then all you had to do was jump over this little railing here, and then walk out onto the roof. And then on the other edge of the roof is where you could see the courtyard. But I guess before I saw this, I thought like he had to go some sneak way to get up here. And there's just, you see this.
Look, it's a freaking walkway. It's a walkway. Anybody, and I can assure you with Charlie Kirk being there that day, that walkway was filled. That walkway was filled, guys.
This is just a big open walkway, like where students walk back and forth between the buildings.
There was 3,000 bodies there that day. You mean to tell me somebody wouldn't have seen this dude carrying the Mauser in a towel, knowing what was going on?
I presume he just came up here, walked to the edge here, and then again, this fence wasn't here, and you could literally just pop over that other railing, and then boom, you're out on the roof, walk a little bit, and you would have a clear view to the courtyard. In that surveillance video, when you see him leaving and running away across the roof, that's this area over here, and then he jumped off over in that area.
Okay. Let me stop the guy there. This story gets even dumber. Instead of just walking back down the same path you went on, he jumps off this building. Yeah, because every assassin loves to risk breaking both ankles after a perfect shot.
Area over there. Again, you can recognize that from the surveillance video, and then ran across the parking lot here, and then he went over into the wooded area over there,
Sure he did.
which is where they found the gun. That's about as close as I was able to get last time I was here, but it's really interesting seeing it from this perspective again. The thing that surprises me the most is just how easy it was for him to get on the roof. Well, very easy to get on the roof, Elizabeth. Also, while I was there in Utah, I learned that the FBI is continuing to do interviews specifically with people who were at the event, who had young children at the event. And I'm told the reason for that is because as part of the death penalty the prosecution is going after, they need aggravating circumstances. One of those is the fact that there were children present. So they're really zeroing in on talking to the families who were there when the shooting.
So they're talking to families with kids because they want to get him the death penalty, right? Instead of talking to people to see maybe there's something else going on here, none of this story makes sense. We're just going to go ahead and put a bow on it. Tyler Robinson, you're done. Now, before we go further, before we get to the weapon and things, Cash Patel here, check him out.
Really became familiar to the American people last month when Charlie Kirk was killed. I mean, you guys at breakneck speed found this guy, you identified him, you profiled the type of person that he would be, and that's incredible. Is there more evidence that you guys can offer to people, maybe video from that roof? Do you expect that there will be more to be released?
I think the best thing we can do for Charlie, especially me as FBI director and our team, is to prosecute this case in the courts of law, where it is, in Utah, in the state of court of law. And we're
Definition, case is closed. We're just worried about prosecuting Tyler Robinson.
What we're going to do is what we've done. Give them every piece of evidence we collect. Our cellular analysis systems are the best in the world.
So if you don't know, the prosecution works up the case. And because they need the evidence, so what he's saying, we're going to give the prosecution everything they need. They're pretty much done. Tyler Robinson is it. It's their patsy, their fall guy. Move on.
And that's what the FBI does, and that's what we flew in and did. That's how we led the manhunt and got him in 33 short hours. And
they didn't lead the damn manhunt. I'm tired of hearing him say that. And I'm going to get to this in a minute. Tyler Robinson turned himself in. They didn't catch him, and they would have never caught him.
every single piece of video or forensic evidence or witness interview, we've done dozens and dozens, gone on these platforms, found every single person, all of that material. And I know this is frustrating to the public, and I understand it, but I'm not going to allow the Charlie Kirk prosecution to be dismantled because we want to get over our skis and publicize information. That is the one thing you cannot do. We will make everything public in court. It just takes time.
It does.
Yeah, it always sounds like the same Epstein nonsense he was spewing.
It does in these cases. Is there any possibility that other people were involved? When you talked at the White House, I sort of got a little inkling that maybe you're looking at other people.
We're looking at everyone that was there, that was online, and we're looking to refer these matters to the state prosecution authorities when there's enough evidence. But the reality is, again, with social media, when you have hysterical conspiracy theories filling the void, you're harming Charlie and his family and a rightful prosecution of his alleged assassin, who we have in custody, and rightly so, in my opinion. And if anyone helped him, do you think that we at this FBI are literally going to let them get away with it? Us standing silent in the face of growing conspiracy theories, that's what we do to shut down a faulty prosecution. That's what we do to shut down a system.
What he wants you to do is quit talking about it. He wants you to shut up because you're uncovering too much truth. They want Tyler Robinson to get lethal injection. Case closed. Everybody moves on. TPUSA is still getting, they're doing their podcasts. Erica Kirk next week will be doing a live event and so on. But let's get back to how Tyler Robinson supposedly left a rifle in the woods. Not buried, not destroyed, didn't take it with him. The most crucial piece of evidence, I'm right here at my car, but I'm going to leave the rifle in the woods. And the screwdriver used to break it down is disassemble on the roof. Now, explain to me, if he broke it down up there, how did he reassemble it in the woods without the tool? Because they're saying it was reassembled with a rifle shell or a shell from the round, the casing, still in the chamber. Okay. If he didn't break it down, why is there even a screwdriver there? Why did he even take it? If he carried it in his pants leg, okay, like they initially said, why did he even bring a screwdriver? Why would you carry more evidence that could be left? It's like someone planted props for the photo op and forgot to finish the scene. And meanwhile, the DNA evidence magically ties him to a towel wrapped around the gun, because every pro assassin brings a beach towel to a hit job. Why would you even bring it? You're carrying it in your pants, supposedly. You broke it down, put it in your backpack. Why'd you carry the towel? Right? And then right when the hole starts showing, boom, the gag order drops. Not just witnesses, attorneys, family members, even reporters. Over 3,000 people told, say one word, go to jail. That's not an investigation, man. That's containment. When the truth threatens the system, they don't debate it, they bury it. Okay? Now, let's talk about the handgun in the crowd. I got some video footage here. Check it out. So this is from a distance. Yeah, I'm going to show the other footage first.
Hey, officer, Can you mark that with your chief?
So someone in the crowd alerted them there was a handgun in a holster here, allegedly. This plainclothes, who this guy is carrying around a pistol. There's so many of these guys, plainclothes guys. I don't understand what's going on here. Why they were there that day? They're cops of some nature, okay. But then they push the crowd back. You see the crowd being pushed back. Because they're like, oh man, I got a handgun here. Right? Now, if you look at this area here, let's get back to our guy, George Zinn. Okay, so this is the area. Let me go back up. Sorry. This is about where George Zinn was. Okay, that's George Zinn there. He's got a white hat on. He's coming down. Everybody's fleeing the other direction, but he's coming down to notify authorities that he did it. There he is waving his cap. Okay, so he comes down from his position almost where the handgun is found. And if you recall the other week, I showed video of George Zinn's pants falling down. Just out of nowhere, as he's running down, his pants are falling down. Could it be he had the firearm on him, the handgun on him, and when he took it to ditch it to be used as a distraction, his pants came down? Hard to say. Very well could be. Now, I don't know if it was his or not, but it was in the area he was in. But let's get a recap on the sit rep here. Blurry footage from an event with 3,000 eyes and high definition cameras everywhere. We get the Bigfoot photo. A handgun in the crowd from where no one knows. A decoy yelling, "I did it," with his pants falling down. A shooter seen twice in two different outfits, two different locations. A magic rooftop jump. A rifle abandoned in the woods with no fingerprints, no DNA on the key parts. A screwdriver on the roof. A towel as evidence, and a gag order the size of Utah. And conveniently, closed Epstein file the same damn day. You still buying that long gunman story? I mean, you almost have to have enough faith to believe the moon landing occurred. Okay? And they were actually just telephoning back to NASA and the White House from the moon. You'd have to be drunk on CNN to think this was clean, man. Hell, I've seen cartel cleanups with less moving parts. Either this was a hit job followed by a narrative operation, or some people are saying online this whole thing's a complete psyop. I don't know. It would take a lot of moving parts for that, though. There would be some leaking valves on that one. If this was a fake assassination, like people are saying online, it would take a lot of damn moving parts and a lot of people to know. But there are a lot of strange things that could validate some people's ideas as true, right? Their theories. The shooter, who they're claiming, Tyler Robinson, yeah, he's a real guy. He was really there, we believe. Maybe he's just a fall guy, the patsy, but someone planned this chaos, man, timed it, executed it, and flooded the zone and sealed it up tight. They also want silence. This ain't justice. They want obedience, not answers. And the reason's simple, because what happened on that campus isn't about one man. It's about what happens to any man who threatens the machine. The same system that buried Epstein, that labels truth dangerous speech, that gags witnesses, that manipulates surveillance, and now cleaning up the blood and saying, "Move along, citizen. Nothing to see here, guys. Go watch TV." And most Americans obey. They're obeying now because they've been trained to. You've been trained your entire life to just obey, just to believe. Especially if it's coming from your team, you just believe it. but not us, not this community. We don't take the official version at face value. We don't trust the alphabet agencies, no matter who's in charge. We never trust them. And we damn sure don't let them memory hold the facts, because the truth doesn't need protecting. Lies do. So ask yourself, why are they rushing the trial with the gag orders, the sealed footage, the blurred videos, missing timestamps, and missing chain of custody? Because this isn't about closure, it's about control. They're sealing off the narrative like a crime scene. Hell, they're sealing off the narrative better than they sealed off the damn crime scene, because maybe it is one. And every time deception starts with a single headline, and every time Americans stop asking questions, tyranny wins a little more. So I'm telling you right now to stay alert, dig deeper, and keep watching, because they want you distracted with memes and midterm elections while they rewrite history in real time. A lot of Venezuelan boats getting blown up. 3,000 witnesses. One blurry video. And a truth they'll bury next to the Epstein files. You're going to see more distractions coming. Coincidence? Yeah. And Bigfoot took that picture. Stay frosty, stay strapped, and stay dangerous. And don't blink, because while you're sleeping, they're writing the next script. I'll see you the same tomorrow night. Same war room. Okay. Probably same time. We're going to bring you more. Okay. Guys, stay frosty, stay strapped, always stay dangerous. Black Scout out.